Hello, it's time for another episode of It's Not About You. My name is Bob Benson. I'm pastor of Christ Lutheran Church out in Bemis Point, New York. We've been talking about selflessness and examples of selflessness in the Bible. And I'm going to use kind of a lesser known example. Now, there was I'm reading from Acts 9, and I'm going to start in verse 36, and I'm reading from the English Standard Version. Now, there was in Joppa a disciple named Tabitha, which translated means Dorcas. She was full of good works and acts of charity. Now, there's an example of selflessness. She was full of good works and acts of charity. But if we continue to read the rest of the story, in those days she became ill and died. And when they had washed her, they laid her in an upper room. Since Lydia was near Joppa, the disciples, hearing that Peter was there, sent two of them, urging him, "Please come to us without delay." So Peter rose and went to them, and when he arrived, they took him into the upper room. All the widows stood beside him, weeping and showing tunics. And in other garments that Dorcas had made while she was with them, she took her time, her talents, and abilities, and invested it in kingdom work. But Peter put them all outside and knelt down and prayed, and turning to the body, he said, "Tabitha, arise." And she opened her eyes, and when she saw Peter, she sat up. And he gave her his hand and raised her up. Then, calling the saints and the widows, he presented her alive. And it became known throughout all Joppa, and many believed in the Lord. And he stayed in Joppa for many days with one Simon the tanner. Here's an example of a selfless woman who died, and the disciple came to her and raised her from the dead. The testimony is all the people that stood around, showing them the tunics and the things that she had made, proving the selflessness of this woman. And God rewarded that selflessness through Peter, raised her from the dead. Now, the only problem I have with this whole story is she's going to experience death another time. Do we put off the inevitable? And that's what happens here. But I'm sure that all the people around her benefited from her being around again. I doubt she became selfish after she was raised. If she had such a selfless life, she was investing in people around her. Do we do that? Do we selflessly invest our time, our talents, and our abilities into other people? That's the question we all have to ask, and that's the challenge, is to live that kind of life where we're investing in people, we're loving on them through the power of the Holy Spirit, and we're using our time, talents, and abilities for the kingdom. That's the challenge that we need to issue this week. Use your time, talents, and abilities for the kingdom. So for It's Not About You, my name is Bob Benson. Thank you for taking the time to watch.